Now I know what some people might be thinking. If this thing is so great and easy to do, how come everybody is not using it? Truth is, they are. They just are not aware of it. Welcome to the Personal Development Blueprint, the podcast that's all about leveling up and helping you become the best version of yourself. I'm your host, Jay Cope. Join me as we talk about different tools and strategies to help you navigate through everyday life, creating a blueprint for your personal growth. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of the Personal Development Blueprint. Today we diving into something that's not just fascinating, but potentially life-changing. And that's the law of attraction. Now, before you start picturing vision boards or thinking this is just about wishful thinking, let me share something. Over the past 4 years, I read over 100 self-help books. And it's one thing that I noticed a lot of these books have in common is this. Your thoughts and your energy have a direct impact on your reality. As Bob Proctor, who is a heavy hitter in the personal development game, he once said, thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. But how do you go from just thinking about what you want to actually making it happen? That's what we diving into today. So let's get into it. The law of attraction is based on the idea that the energy you put out into the world is the energy that you get back. What you focus on grows, whether that's positive or negative. Most people get what they don't want because they mainly think about what they don't want. You got to pay attention to the things that you say to yourself because thoughts are things. And when you think about something long enough, you start to see it in your reality. It's like ordering from a universal Amazon. You start asking for things and they go in your cart. And remember, these are things you want or don't want. And what I mean by this is if you tell yourself you don't want something to happen, that goes into the cart too. Once you believe it, then it starts to get packaged and ready to ship straight to you. Before we go any further, I want you to understand this is a universal law and it does not discriminate. It works the same for any and everybody. Think about the law of gravity. No matter who the person is, if they jump from a tree, they are headed straight for the ground. Now I know what some people might be thinking. If this thing is so great and easy to do, how come everybody is not using it? Truth is, they are. They just are not aware of it. Just think about something. You here right now listening to this episode about the law of attraction. This is not a coincidence. It's already working without you realizing it. The fact that you here is proof that the law of attraction works. You've been having some thoughts about leveling up some type of way, and let me tell you, you're in the right place. Now that you're aware of this powerful law, you get ready to level up in ways that you cannot even imagine. All you got to do is give it some time and practice the tips from today's episode. In this episode, I'm going to share 3 simple tips for beginners. First, how to get clear on what you want. Second, how to align your thoughts with your actions. And third, well, the third one's a little bit different. It's a step most people completely overlook, but it's often the secret sauce that ties everything together. So stick around because you don't want to miss that one. The first step to using the law of attraction is clarity. You got to know exactly what you want. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful or I want to be happy. What does that actually look like for you? Does success mean starting your own business, getting a promotion, or getting out of debt? The more specific you are, the more likely you are to attract it. Now, once you get clear, you're going to start getting plans for what you asked for. The universe is going to send you a whole blueprint. The key is to cut the distractions and then concentrate on what it is that you want. And if you need some help leveling up your concentration, we did a really good episode on concentration where there's some simple techniques that you can start using right away, and that'll put you on the right track. I'll leave a link to that episode in the description below. And if you pair that with the method from today's episode, you can become unstoppable. Here's why this matters. When you vague about your goals, your focus and your energy, they get scattered. But when you get crystal clear, that's when you give your mind a target. You want to think of it like setting your GPS. You cannot get where you want to go if you don't know the destination. Clarity gives you direction, and it helps you notice when the opportunities that align with your goals. It's almost like magic, which actually brings us to the next point. Align your thoughts with your actions. This is where a lot of people, they trip up with the law of attraction. They focus on the thinking part, but they forget about the doing. Yes, your mindset is crucial. Don't get me wrong, but you also need to take action that support your goals. For example, if you're trying to attract a healthier lifestyle, it's not just about visualizing yourself feeling great. It's about taking the steps, like meal prepping or going for that walk that align with the vision. Your actions tell the universe that you're serious about your goals. They talked about this in a book I read called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. If you haven't already checked that out, definitely a good read. I highly recommend you check it out. I'll put some links in the description below for both the physical and my favorite, the audiobook. So yeah, check the description below. I'll drop some links for that. When you align your thoughts and your actions, you start noticing a flow in your life. Things start to feel a little bit easier, and the opportunities, they just seem to show up because you working with the energy that you're putting out. It's all about momentum. Now, this third tip is where things get really interesting. It's one of the most overlooked parts of the law of attraction, but it's also the most powerful when you truly understand it. If you finding that your manifestations, and for those that don't know what that word means, you probably heard it before, but it's basically the things that you want being brought into reality. If you find that those are not working or you feel stuck, this step might be exactly what you're missing. Stick with me now, because this one insight, it can completely shift how you approach the law of attraction. All right, so let's talk about the game changer. Gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus to what's already working in your life, and that creates a powerful, positive energy. My mama used to tell me when I was little, whenever I start complaining about something, she'll be like, boy, be grateful for what you got and stop worrying about what you don't got. Here's the thing. When you're grateful, you attract more of what you're thankful for. And this is something that took me years to understand. It's like telling the universe, I love this, and give me more of this, please. And it's not about just saying thank you. It's about feeling that gratitude like on a deeper level. A simple practice is to just write down a few things that you're grateful for every day. This will help shift your mindset, and that keeps you focused on abundance rather than lack. Gratitude improves your mental health. It reduces stress, and it actually attracts more positivity into your life. It's like flipping a switch that makes everything feel lighter and more aligned with what you want to create. All right. Now I know that was a mouthful, but I got to hook you up since you stuck around this long. Got a bonus tip for you. Avoid the negativity trap. What do I mean by this? Be mindful of your negative thoughts. It's so easy to get stuck in a loop of worry or doubt. And that type of energy can block the very things that you're trying to attract. If you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, like don't beat yourself up, cool out, don't beat yourself up about it. Just gently redirect your focus back to something positive. And this is not about ignoring challenges. I know we all have those and they are a part of the journey, but this is about not letting them control your energy. Every moment is a chance to reset. So when you use the law of attraction effectively, you're not just dreaming, you actively shaping your reality. Just imagine waking up every day feeling excited and like really clear about where you headed. That's the power of this practice. You ever heard the quote, speak it into existence? All right, I got a little exercise for you. I want you to pause the episode and say out loud, I'm about to be consistent in the gym every week. And if people around and you worried about somebody looking at you crazy, just say it in your head. All right, we back. Now, did you actually believe what you said? Well, if you didn't, that's perfectly normal. You got to keep repeating this and the mind will eventually catch up later. Saying this to yourself every day, that'll cause the belief to eventually kick in. You program yourself to actually believe the words. And once the belief kicks in, that's when the action starts. That's when you start hearing these little voices in your head telling you to do certain things. Listen out for those, and then you want to act on them because those are the signals that you put out. They are returning back to you. You might finally order that gym fit you've been looking at, or you might even stop at the gym and sign up for a membership if you don't already have one. But you got to be careful because if you constantly repeat that you can't be consistent in the gym, then that's what's going to come back to you. You'll look up 2 months later and find yourself saying the same things. I can't be consistent in the gym. One of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to leave you with this, is from Henry Ford. He said, whether you think you can or think you can't, either way, you're right. So basically, watch your thoughts because what you constantly think about, you can bring that right into your reality. If you found today's episode helpful, I would love if you could share it with somebody who might need some inspiration. We can all use some of that. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And speaking of the next episode, I got something exciting for you. It's actually one of my favorite topics to talk about. Something that can change the way that you approach challenges and to give you a major mindset shift. And no, it's not what you're expecting. Curious? Make sure to tune in next time to find out. Thanks for joining us on the Personal Development Blueprint. We appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you picked up a nugget or two to supercharge your personal growth journey. If you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. I would love to hear some of your feedback. And remember, every little win counts on the road to becoming the best version of yourself. So stay focused, keep pushing forward, and you'll keep leveling up. Key.